From the shadows of Gotham to the depths of the wizarding world, some villains have transcended films to become cultural icons. Here are the 7 best movie villains of all time. Number 7 is none other than Lord Voldemort from
Harry Potter.
Voldemort, played by Ralph Fiennes, is the epitome of dark magic in the Harry Potter series. Fiennes' performance captures Voldemort's calculating and cold nature and his utter lack of empathy. The character's snake-like appearance, the slit nostrils, and the pale skin reinforce this idea of the character's inhumanity. His crooked teeth and evil laugh send chills down your spine and make you want to readjust yourself on your seat. Voldemort is also a very complex and layered character because he's the one killing most of the times. But his fear of death is what drives his ambition, his motivation, making him a very complex character, a character that you don't really understand during the movie. The one who must not be named is both terribly flawed and terrifying, and his progression through the 8 movies of the series is one that gives him a position on this list. At number 6, it's Pennywise from It. I mean, come on. A clown? That's like the most terrifying image you have growing up.
Hiya, Georgie. What a nice boat. Do you want it back?
Brought to life by Bill Skarsgård, this is a performance for the ages. This is a creature that preys on the fear of children. Skarsgård's rendition is haunting, blending childlike glee with malevolent intent. The character's unsettling smile and piercing gaze create a sense of dread that follows you long after the movie ends. Isn't it funny that the smiling clown makes you shit your pants? What makes Pennywise special is that his terror is not just in his appearance or actions, it's his ability to prey on the fears of others. We're talking about a villain that literally gets under your skin. At number 5, say hello to Hans Landa from Inglourious Basterds. Played by Christopher Waltz, this is a villain who is a master in psychological manipulation. Landa's polite demeanor and charming smile mask a ruthless and cunning mastermind. His calm nature just set the scene. It's a canvas where Waltz paints moments of absolute violence and cruelty. I'll just point you to Landa's introduction into the movie where he interrogates a French farmer. That's a masterclass on how to build up tension, to make the person watching the movie feel unsettled, to know that something is coming.
C'est un plaisir de vous rencontrer, Monsieur Lapadite. Je suis le colonel SS Hans Landa.
Every moment, every word by Waltz in that scene counts, and it's a brick into building the eeriness of that character. At number 4, boy oh boy, Michael Myers from Halloween. What puts Michael Myers in the Mount Rushmore of movie villains? Emotionless mask, no dialogue, and no apparent motivation to kill. If that doesn't make him the ultimate boogeyman in a movie, I don't know what is. That's pure evil. That's the pure representation of evil. Someone who doesn't speak to you, you don't know how he looks like, and he's just out there to kill. With Myers, there is a sense of inevitability. There is an aura about him that you know that if he's after you, you're done. His resilience and relentlessness to survive attempts on his life and to keep on doing what he does best, kill, just make him by default one of the scariest MFs movie screens I've ever seen. At number 3, Kaiser Soze from The Usual Suspects. Kevin Spacey is one of my favorite actors of all time, and this might just be his crowning moment in an illustrious career. Soze is a shadowy man whose mere name, causes fear to the people who hear it.
Keaton always said, "I don't believe in God, but I'm afraid of him." Well, I believe in God, and the only thing that scares me is Kaiser Soze.
Spacey's character, Verbal Kid, narrates the story of Soze that keeps both characters in the movie and audience watching the movie guessing throughout the plot. This is a villain that lives in the shadows, that plays chess when others are playing checkers. This is a villain whose fear is built on outthinking other people. He's like a ghost. He's in the same room with you and you don't even know he's there. It's like he's wearing an invisibility cloak. He masks himself, hides himself in plain daylight. That's the kind of fear that puts him at number 3 of our list. Woo, I'm getting excited now. At number 2, Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. Bane, played by Tom Hardy, is a villain that combines brute strength and strategic mind. What makes him one of the most fearsome people to waltz along our screens? First, it's his mask and that sound of the gas pumping every now and then. It just makes him some sort of hybrid human being, someone who needs life support to keep on functioning. That mask adds a whole other layer to what Bane is and what Bane does. Then there is the element that literally puts him that high on my list. So the voice.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
That deep, slow, distorted voice is the voice of a man who is so sure of himself, who literally doesn't give a flying, and who is ready to do anything it takes to get his own way. Bane's voice is as iconic as the character itself. Last but not least is his backstory. The fact that he was raised in a hellish jail kind of makes you like him. He evokes a certain sympathy about him. You understand why he turned out the way he is. Sure, he's a villain, but knowing where he came from makes you root for him in some way, in some aspect. He's the kind of villain you really like, to be honest. Hardy's performance just brings a palpable intensity to the character. There is that slow dance, that waltz between physical dominance and psychological threat, which makes him one of the most balanced villains I've ever watched on screen. And finally, at number 1, the undisputed best movie villain of all time is none other than Joker in The Dark Knight. Heath Ledger committed suicide after playing the role. Do I need to say more? The character is so scary. It actually killed the person. Literally killed the person who tried to embody it. That's how realistic this villain is. Heath Ledger's performance in playing the Joker goes beyond acting, goes beyond talent or skill. He became the Joker. You could see the little noise he made with his lips, that little, it's just so subtle. It's the sign of someone deranged, of someone who lost touch with reality, who weaved a new world in his mind. He's living in his own world. A man that has nothing to lose and everything to gain.
It wasn't hard. See, madness, as you know, is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
Ledger's performance is chaotic, it's mesmerizing, it's fascinating. It's one for the ages. The unsettling laugh, and that erratic behavior just make him a ticking time bomb in the movie. You never know what he's gonna do. You never know what he's up to. Is he gonna shoot someone? Is he gonna blow up an entire hospital? That scene where he gets beat up in the interrogation room by Batman himself, and he's laughing, he's enjoying it, he's relishing the pain. Boy, oh boy. You have the villain, you got him finally, you have him in a room, and you think that if you beat his brakes off, there's going to be some sort of justice, you're going to scare him, you're going to get him to his senses. Nope, that only makes him even more and more terrifying. Every punch and every kick just wakes him up. You see him as if that's what he wants from Batman. The performance gave Heath Ledger a posthumous Academy Award, cementing him as one of the most iconic roles in cinematic history. But to me, the award is the last thing that makes this role great. To me, the implication it had in his life just goes to show how much Ledger immersed himself into the character and brought him to life to such a degree that he had to take his away. And we're done. I know there are a lot of big names that I left out. I am aware that some of you will be pissed, but this is the beauty of these lists. There are so many options, but some people need to stay out in order to compile the list. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say, so feel free to comment. For now, I'm out.